So what do you think about the tour so far?
Well, it was the most exciting thing I've ever done in my entire life. I've always dreamed of having something just like this kind of experience out here on the ocean, and just kind of living in a carefree sort of way, and just like the life of a pirate, a modern-day pirate. And it only costs about $650, and you get a chance to eat all this food 11 times a day. And I was just amazed, absolutely amazed. And there have been so many lovely people with such heavy deposits of cellulite all over their bodies. I mean, it certainly shows you how the impact of just eating and lounging, I mean, what it's really all about. Before this, I thought it was all glamorous, beautiful women and handsome guys all just kind of like making a mark, meeting each other, star-crossed ships in the night. And then I realized, no, this is really middle class. This is really very American. This is the true bread and potatoes, kind of like to eat your entire life, and you're going to come into one of these ships and you're going to die, and then because of the high cholesterol from eating all of those extra entrees that they add to it and everything. But it's pretty exciting nonetheless. And, you have to accept the fact that for many people, this is the only time they're ever going to cruise. And this is, for me, this is my first cruise. It might be my last cruise, I don't know, but it's really been a cruise that I'll long remember. The name of the boat, you can dig this, Fantasy. Really? Can you believe that? Name of a boat, Fantasy. Are we having a fantasy? I feel like I am. I mean, this must be a fantasy because I'm on a boat. But see, it's kind of like being a pirate. Have I already mentioned that? Well, it really is. It's very similar to that. And there's all sorts of attractive people here and exciting individuals. And I've met some very attractive married women, however, and that certainly doesn't really avail itself towards being a true buccaneer and true excitement when you think about it in the context of what's really available as far as like a real fantasy is concerned. But isn't that what a real fantasy is? Things that aren't really available. I mean, you think that they're available, and then you come along on it and you realize, no, it's not available. It's just 3 days. 3 days? Bullshit. How come you call it 3 days and they leave you at 8 o'clock in the morning? We got here at 8 o'clock in the morning. We really didn't shut off until about 4 o'clock? 4 o'clock in the afternoon? You still want to call that a day? 3-day cruise, all inclusive? I don't think it's inclusive whatsoever. And then you've got all these people from God knows where are they from? Georgia Tech, probably. SAE, half the world is wide and free, and all the rest are SAEs. And then you've got all the tri-delts, and they're here too well. And then they're aging. There's like this, you know, like third-degree burns for most of the people, and there's body tanning motions. 35, you know, like body stuff that stops screen. I mean, it's like, look at this, 35. Sea Cruise. Come in, let me take you on a sea cruise. Remember that? That song by the Cretans, Clearwater? Well, I've kind of done it. I've really taken it. You know, I mean, this is the time, this is the place, and this is the opportunity for it, you know? I've always wanted to do something similar like this. I'm finally doing it. But I've got sunblock 35, number 35. It stops all the sun from entering your body. Watch this. Ooh, yeah, that's right. This will keep my body from getting harmful ultraviolet rays that could terminate my life kind of easy. Isn't it something that what you really want to do causes cancer and death? I mean, cancer and death. Cancer and death, it's the mortality, it's the aspect of the fantasy part that they don't tell you about in the travel brochures. Oh no, does Juliet prance around and talk about all the cancer that you can get on a trip like this? No way, are you kidding? Do you think they mention about that on, come on, let me take you on a sea cruise and die of cancer? No way. Because what they want you to do is come into these kind of things and like meet all these swinging singles, all these people who have difficulty relating to their own friends, difficulty relating to their own neighbors. So they come and take this elitist kind of experience so that way you can sit with other overweight people and not get any exercise whatsoever, but some kind of simulation of exercise. A simulation of exercise in the quality gym that's open at 6 o'clock at night. Well, really what they're trying to do is sell you all the cream stuff. People walk around, you know, humming the theme song to any weather, whatever. Carnival's got the fun because it's like living in a commercial. It's like being in a commercial. It's like being at sea. They're not really at sea. No, it's like a painted backdrop. This might as well be Dynavision. We could just as well be having a Dodger dog sitting in Dodger Stadium right now. But it's all relative. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. There's a relative aspect. It's like walking around here on the track. You know, at 11 times around equals 1 mile. You know, well, why do you want to come to sea if you want to walk around the track? I mean, if you want to stay at a track, save $650 and just find some high school someplace, and that's what you should really deal with. I mean, why should you come to sea for something like that? Do you think Christopher Columbus imagined all this 100 years ago when he came with 3 little tiny boats working for the Queen of, where was it? Spain? Yeah, I mean, did you imagine that he could set it all in line like this? I mean, Columbus, Ohio, where else would it have gotten its name? It could have been something completely different. But oh no, he set across this very ocean right here. It didn't leave any trails though, not even crumbs or breadsticks or any floating pieces of saltine crackers that are high in salt. Can't eat salt either, but there's a lot of it's available on a trip like this. You know, I was asking the guys earlier, why can't we go fishing? It seems like we could go fishing. I mean, wouldn't that be kind of a non, you know, put something over the line? And let me ask this guy, can you go fishing if you want to here? Can you go fishing, just put something over the line and go fishing if you want to? Yeah. If you want to, could you go fishing here? I mean, just put a line over and just catch something and just do it?
The fish fly.
The fish fly here. Oh, that's great. I just want to use this. So I'm using to clean off here so I don't get 35 all over my hands. I might want some sun on my hands. What's your name?
Guido.
This is Guido. This is Guido. He's part of the fantasy, right? Right, the fantasy experience. Where are you from originally?
Colombia.
Columbia, South Carolina. Incredible, huh? Now that's named after a famous place. Colombians, that's where Colombians are from, right? The beans, Juan Valdez and all that? That's great. Do you like it here on the fantasy?
Maybe.
Maybe? Kind of non-committal.
Good, plenty good is my house, good.
All right, it's his house. All right, thank you for letting us come to your house. This is very good. We're having a great time here. You're a single, aren't you? I mean, you're a single and you're on this boat. You met any charming, sharp, kind of like nifty people and stuff? Christians, maybe? Christians?
Yeah.
You met any Christians?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's a beautiful thing to just kind of share and put your bread on the water.
Very
and
special. My heart goes out to these people. It really does.
Oh, it's great. A lot of compassion you extend to them. Do you think they realize? I wonder how many of these people are here with people they're not even married to, living sitting in these little cubicles. Well, you know, boy, I think I need to find some more activities. I think we should move to another activity. Okay. Click. Just met Tom Cruise. Remember that movie, The Right Stuff and all that? He seems small in person, but he's really very charming, very nice. He'll talk to anybody, too. Go ahead, Tom. What's it like? Dude.
What now?
See, it's attitude. It's all attitude. Attitude is what really sells media things. And he's here and he's on the track, and you're going around 11 times for 1 mile?
Who is this guy?
See, there you go. Without management, without agents, without purveyors that represent people, are people talented? I mean, really, is Shelley Duvall really talented, or is she just kind of like, you know, like she's got buck teeth, but she's from Texas. I mean, that's where something large eyes, thin hair. But she's made an entire career out of looking like that. And this gentleman's very, I mean, if you were just meet him completely out of context, what would you say? Maybe,
Am I getting paid for this?
See, there you go. That's the question. Are we getting paid for it? $650 for 3 days worth of an all-inclusive trip. That's an experience, isn't it? 3 days? 5 days. Where could we have gone for 5 days? What other kind of like tropical? There's an end, so everything has to start someplace. And everybody says, oh, no, it begins with Darwin's theory of relativity. But I don't think that's truly relative. I think the true beginning is, where did it begin? Where do we really crawl before we walked? We crawled with the sea turtles. That's where I think it begins. I mean, ask anyone. Do they really know? I'm not sure, because there just aren't any churches which are representing the sea turtles instead of a crucifix or more relative. I mean, shouldn't people be going around with like little sea turtles around, like on their necks and stuff like that? I'd be much easier to pray to that than some Jewish guy that got killed and changed his religion, put him on a cross and things of that nature. I mean, actually, when you think about it, Darwin and William Jennings Bryan, I mean, and that entire Scopes monkey trial, should have been the Scopes turtle trial. It really makes a lot more sense to me. I mean, when you think about it in a much larger context, I mean, they're in the water, they swam with the dinosaurs, they're probably older than anyone I know, certainly anyone that I know. I know some people that are pretty old, but in the true greater relativity, I mean, turtle speech, see? You don't have free speech in a country like this. You start talking about turtles and wood. See what I mean? See what I mean? And they could have been arresting me because I'm talking about this. I'm trying to challenge the very basis of what is a religion? What is religion? What is significance? What is of real value? Huh? Is it right here? Can we just put it on the wall? Can we just put it on the wall? Can we just put it in the oceans? Oh no, are we going to pollute things? We're going to let things die. We're going to let things just get completely covered. I mean, completely ruined. I mean, completely destroyed. I mean, completely covered with petroleum-based products. I mean, is the Exxon Valdez truly the Antichrist? Maybe that's the ending of the beginning. When you think about it in those terms, I mean, isn't that really what we're really fearful, what we're really working with? We're living in the final days, the final moments, perhaps the conclusion. Maybe there won't be any more turtles. There won't be any turtles and hares. I mean, turtle soup. I mean, the band, the Turtles, Flo and Eddie. All I know is this, you know, okay? It's not a scaly issue, and it's not whether you can carry your home on your own back or whether you're going to end up in some kind of soup in the Bahamas or something like that. No, the true reality is that man came from turtles, not from monkeys. Forget that. Put that back, all right? It's the hair issue. It's the hair issue. I think there is a non-hair issue, which is the true point that most people, while they're prejudiced, mammals are prejudiced, or prejudiced to other animals that are hairy. But do turtles have hair? No. Do they seem to need it? I don't think so. Does it help them dive deeper or help protect their eggs from poachers or, you know, all sorts of people? And who cares about the youth of tomorrow that are just walking around and that need this knowledge just like sea turtles? Because I wasn't educated properly. That's the real issue. If I had been properly educated, I'd be able to talk to that right now. And all these kids wouldn't be going home to go what, 60 minutes instead of things of greater meaning, greater significance. There it is. There's the truth.